My baby, my baby. Those were the words screamed by the fiancé of a man who was shot in cold blood in front of her on a rural Canterbury road on Saturday. They were heard by a woman living close by who was the first person on the horrific scene, who also fought valiantly to save the 28-year-old's life. It's been reported he was a member of the King Cobra's gang, and the police are not discounting the possibility of reprisals. About 15 members of the gang reportedly performed a haka at the scene of the shooting when his body was taken away for a post-mortem yesterday. Conan Young talked to the first woman on the scene of the shooting.
The woman, who we'll call Karen because she doesn't want to be identified, says she heard a loud bang and at first thought it was a blown tyre. The screams from the shot man's fiancé told her something far more awful was unfolding just a few hundred metres from her home on a quiet mid-Canterbury road.
The poor girl came running towards me saying that her partner had been shot. My first thoughts were, where's the gun? Who shot who? Did she shoot him, he shot her, or whatnot? But I soon realised pretty quickly that wasn't the case.
After being told those responsible for the shooting had fled, Karen quickly set about trying to help the 28-year-old. Blood was pouring from his mouth and he had a gunshot wound to his torso, but he was still responsive.
I was just trying to find where the wound was, if it exited him, so I could try and apply pressure, and I was taking all his vitals. He was responding by blinking at us to start with.
Karen flagged down a milk tanker and got hold of a first aid kit, all the while trying to keep the man's fiancée calm and waiting what seemed like an eternity for the ambulance to arrive.
She was a mess, but we managed to get her down to help us assist with trying to reassess, which, trying to keep her calm, and she was fantastic trying to help her fiancé.
Karen is philosophical about what appears to be gang violence coming to her sleepy corner of the world.
Things happen, and you don't always know who is around you and what's going on. Our children catch the bus right there, so it's not so much. It is a wee bit scary, I suppose.
The police expect the scene of the shooting to be cordoned off most of the week while a forensic examination is done. A house about 1 kilometre away has also been cordoned off. It's been reported about 15 members of the King Cobra gang performed a haka when the man's body was removed from the scene and taken to hospital for a post-mortem. The King Cobras are the oldest gang in the country and started life in Auckland's Polynesian community in Ponsonby in the 1950s. However, they're relative newcomers to the Christchurch area. Ke oto tahi mo te hotaka o te ahi nei, ko Conan Young tēnei.